Welcome to Western Trading Post TV. It has been an exciting week so far. There have been several collections that have been coming in for auction, including one that has been in the family for over 3 generations. We'll be learning about the benefits of purchasing quality jewelry when you're starting up a collection. We'll be talking about weapons and workouts. Then we'll be heading to Vista Grande Library, where Jim is going to do a presentation on antique firearms. So hold on to your hats and enjoy the ride.
Lordy me, Mr. and Mrs. Labus.
Can you help me with these things? Oh, I suppose.
Kurt, if you drop the pods, you're in big trouble.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna go lay down somewhere, okay? I'll see you later.
Wow, Karen, you really brought some amazing family treasures. Tell us a little bit about this collection.
Well, basically this has been collected over 4 generations. Some of these items were my grandparents, then my parents. Some of them were mine, some of them were my brothers, maybe even great-grandparents. That one I don't know where some of these came from, but they've been around and they've all funneled down to me.
And they've actually been sitting in boxes for several years, haven't they?
Yes, as I was unloading or going through stuff to see what I wanted to bring, there was a bunch of receipts in one box from May of 2015.
Wow. And I know as you are seeing them laying out right now, tell me a fond memory that is coming back to you.
Oh, I had a bunch. One of my favorites is my family. My mom had 3 sisters, and she and my aunts and all my cousins and my grandfather, we would all get together on the 4th of July to go to the All-Indian Powwow in Flagstaff, which was like Odom Tosh. And we were all dressed up in Native Indian dresses, and the boys had on cowboy boots and guns and pistols, and mothers had on the jewelry, and we all went down and watched the parade. That was lots of fun.
You mentioned Flagstaff. That makes a lot of sense. There's several Hopi items here, including like this Hopi pot, and I look in there and there's a tag with it from the Museum of Northern Arizona, Flagstaff, with the potter's information on it, and it's dated July of 1950. And check this out. The price was $2.25.
Really?
Isn't that so neat?
1950.
That sat on my parents' on our fireplace my whole life. You know, I was growing up.
What a great thing that they kept the tag with it. That's wonderful.
They were good about that, and they taught me too. And on most of the stuff that I bought myself, I have the tags for. And
yeah.
I know it's hard once you see all of these pieces laying out and all the memories start flooding in. I know so many people go through this where they're downsizing, they visited with their children, and it's time to let go of things. And I have to say, it's an absolute honor and blessing that you are bringing them to us, because we really pride ourselves on finding the perfect home for these items that you cherish, that others will cherish as well.
Yeah, at least we're going to put the items in front of customers who appreciate this.
Well, thank you, and that's what meant so much to me, because this is like, you know, you give up a piece of your heart.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Pieces of your family, and when I met you too, I knew this was the place to be, because you would do exactly that, find homes where they're loved and appreciated still.
So as you're looking it over, is there anything in here that you're just looking at now and you're having second thoughts about selling?
Well, yeah, I really hesitated whether to bring this
The bolo
tie. This was my father's, and he wore this all the time. He worked in a business, and most men would wear shirt and ties, and he wore this every day. He
That's
loved
neat.
this.
This
is my father, and I don't think I want to part with it.
Yeah.
Then don't.
Yeah, you should keep it.
Keep that and put it in a shadow box with his picture, a neat little story, and hang it on the wall.
I have a perfect picture of him wearing this.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, now's the time to look it over and see if there's anything that the family might want. And by bringing it out here and thinking of letting go of it, that's gonna, you're gonna look at it and you're going, do I really want to see that for the last time or not?
Yeah. Well, I think my sons kind of have what they want. My daughter hasn't seen some of this stuff, and I know she loves owls.
Okay.
And I bet she would love that.
She'd love the little Zuni
and
inlay
she probably
owl.
needs a bracelet to remember her heritage by.
Yeah.
And when you send those items to her,
You like that one?
send a little message that anything that you know about these items, your grandmother wore this, or I think she got it from this time period. So that way, it's more of an emotional tie to the pieces that she will really appreciate.
Yeah, and she loves sentimentality like that.
Yeah.
I think we all do, huh?
Yeah, she's a girl.
Kind of went through and sorted things up how I see them selling. The pots, there's a nice squash blossom necklace set, some Navajo pearls, silver bead necklace, another butterfly squash blossom style necklace, some bracelets, pendants and rings. This is a neat piece actually. Tommy Singer was a well-known Navajo jeweler who is credited with coming up with the chip inlay style of jewelry in the late 60s. And this buckle has his hallmark on the back. That's kind of cool.
Piece, yeah.
There's some watch bracelets here and some Hopi Kachina dolls in baskets. And anything else that's...
Well, I think I have kept out everything that I want.
Okay.
Like this was my mom's signature piece, and I'll
The
take
bolo,
my dad's
yeah,
back.
dad's
the
bolos.
bolo
are-
back,
they're
yeah.
special, sure.
Absolutely.
So,
And I've pretty much kept everything else I want, I think.
Okay.
Mike, how's it going?
How you doing, Robbie?
Long time no see, mate.
Yeah, you too, man. What are you doing over here?
Okay, I'm looking through the knives, right? And check out this cool piece. It's a Wostenholm blade.
Is that German?
Well, George Washington has a very German name, but he was actually in England when this knife was made.
Oh, wow.
It's a very nice little piece. So.
Is this true? That was actually in 1850?
It's a very old
Through
blade, yeah.
1870? Oh,
We
yeah?
can tell because of the hallmark.
Oh,
We can look it up, and now is the time
from like the
period.
engraving and
Yeah.
all that? Oh,
It's
that's
between
kinda cool.
1850 and 70.
Oh, wow. Nice, nice, nice.
So what brings you down?
Just wanted to see where you're at. What's going on? I haven't seen you in a while.
Man, it's been I'm about to graduate, right?
Uh-huh.
And for whatever reason, my mom's trying to throw me a party that I really didn't want because it's a
What?
bunch of family members of cute high school babes.
Oh, wow.
But it's cool.
Doesn't sound that bad.
It'll be all right, I suppose.
Right.
I've been trying to hit the gym, but
Hmm?
I've just been really busy lately.
Oh, really?
And it's just, it's the stress of everything.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, we're open up all day, so I mean, you could come by anytime you want. And working out's always a good stress reliever.
How so?
Yeah, I mean, working out kind of helps your endorphins a little bit. Plus, with those babes being at your gym or at your party, the gym's definitely going to help you with that too, as well, dog.
Honestly.
Right? Plus, we all miss you, dude. For
Thank
sure.
you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I know everybody's all talking about you. Where's Rowdy been? We see him across the street, but he never comes in anymore.
I'll tell you what, after this, I'll hit the gym with you.
Perfect.
How's that sound?
All right, that sounds cool.
Sounds good.
We'll do like a private session or something.
Uh-huh.
You gonna bring the knives though?
Yeah. You know
What's up
something
with this
about
one?
knives,
Yeah.
right?
I have some pretty cool collections. It's nothing crazy like this. 1850. Yeah, all mine are more newer, but more kind of tactical knives and stuff like that. More camping kind of
Now,
knives.
you were a police officer, right?
Yeah, back in the day, long
Back
time
in the
ago.
day. When
Yeah.
was a long time ago?
Wow, we did. Oh man, it was almost 15. 20, how old are you?
18.
You were probably almost in diapers by the time I
Uh-huh.
got out of the force. Yeah, when I first started there, anyways. But yeah, we're out now. Kind of got the gym going on, so it's actually pretty fun, man. I like what I do now.
Now, what do you like better, policing or gymming?
It's a good question.
That's a good question.
Good question. The money was better when the police department. I actually did like serving, but I kind of like what I do now. I get to make my own hours, all that good stuff. work out whenever I want to, or I can just chill out with a bunch of people. Since we have over 100 members now, kind of just be able to mingle with everybody. So it's a lot better. I like it. It's pretty good stuff. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll see you at the gym.
Awesome, man.
Perfect.
Better be tomorrow.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Okay. I'll be checking on you. Cool. All right. Sweet, man. See you later.
Mailman.
Hey, Mr. Hank.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. I got some treasures for you.
And I have nothing for you today.
Well, that's okay. I can handle that.
Well,
Let's do this with this.
okay.
Okay.
It won't hurt.
Yum. Oh, okay. We're good? Woo! We got it.
That was pretty simple.
It was. I'll have more tomorrow.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Excellent.
All right.
Be safe.
Always.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, hey, my
Bobby!
lovely. How are you? It's good to see
Hello.
you again.
So good to see you.
What are you up to?
I'm on a new adventure. Remember last time I came in, I had those inherited pieces. It has,
Beautiful pieces.
well, it's catapulted me down a road I never thought I would go. I've been kind of looking on the internet and kind of go to this site, I go to that site. I see turquoise, I see silver, I see bracelets, I see necklaces. I don't know the good from the maybe not so good because I'm really looking into making a collection. A collection I can hand down to my kids, hand down to my daughters, to my granddaughters, whatever. But I'm looking for something really, really nice.
You know, it's actually a fabulous investment.
Okay.
And as you're looking around at different places on the internet, different stores, you're going to see prices that vary. You're going to have
All day long.
200 here,
Yeah.
2,000 here.
Yeah.
And people are like, why are they so different?
Yeah.
So if you think about it like this, you have a Mercedes and you have a Honda. They're both
Of which
the
I
same
neither have.
thing.
I
No, but you have that fancy truck.
I do.
So you have, it's similar in the jewelry as well. You have the artists that are bigger name artists or older pieces. You have the different mines that the turquoise comes. So it all plays effect in the price of the piece. Let me give you an example here.
So much to learn.
There
So
really
excited.
is.
I'm so
This is
excited.
An Hopi artist,
Okay.
Preston Menangi, and he was born in 1927, and around 1991, I think, is when he passed away.
Okay.
He is quite collectible. So anytime you have pieces of his, they really fly off the shelves quick. And so, I mean, this is a $3,000 bracelet here, just to give you an idea.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and you're like, wow, it's just a silver bracelet, right?
It's beautiful. It's
It
artwork.
It's the maker
Okay.
that really gives it the value because he's so highly sought after.
Okay.
Let's see, we have Morris Robinson, who is also a Hopi artist, and he was born around 1900 and passed away in 1984, I believe. And he has some very traditional, beautiful style pieces.
Oh, those are beautiful.
And he is also highly collectible.
Okay.
So, Mercedes, Honda.
Okay, all right.
And really the factor, beautiful turquoise, but when you just look at it, why would you think that, this is a $2,500 bracelet? So as you're starting to learn to invest in quality pieces, that's something to keep in mind is the artist, or we have the mine where the turquoise comes from.
Okay.
And so some turquoise is higher grade than other turquoise. One of my favorite, guess where it's from? Arizona, yes. And it's the Bisbee
Oh,
mine.
that's beautiful.
It is an exquisite turquoise.
That is
and
beautiful.
so there's a lot of collectors that look at Bisbee turquoise.
Okay.
As you're looking at the beautiful coloration from the Bisbee, and then you just have to, I know, it's gorgeous.
Oh, Bobby! Oh, I think I found my next
Okay,
piece.
try it on.
Okay.
Then we also have Morenci, Arizona mine as well, and another exquisite mine. So we just have so many things to kind of add into the pricing of the piece and the collectability of the piece. And if you think about it also, if you have a brand new truck, you drive it off the lot, what happens?
It depreciates.
Okay, you have a vintage antique car that you're taking care of. What happens? It holds its value or goes up in value. So you can kind of think about it the same way with the old and the vintage pieces. So it's so fun to learn as you are starting to collect and starting to put your collection together. You just have to decide, okay, which one do you love today?
There's so much to know. There's so much to learn. I always come to you guys. You help me so much.
Well, it means the world to us.
Bobby,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna take that one.
Oh, you know, this is a spectacular piece, and I think that you will truly enjoy it.
Okay, wonderful.
Well, we'll write you up and we'll get you out the door. Yay!
I'm gonna browse.
Okay.
Let's see what else I can take home to add to my new collection.
Holler at me.
All right, thanks, Bobby.
The oldest gun that they know of that's in a museum has been dated to 1288.
Wow.
So the Chinese actually invented powder and guns, right? And in 1288, they found a gun that dates back to 1288 with carbon dating. Generally, the kind of accepted rule is firearms were invented about 1300. Okay, so that's a long time ago, 1300 in China. So the antique period covers anything from about 1300 to 1898. That's, you know, that's almost 600-year period right there. You know, could you imagine being in the heat of battle and you're loading this thing, you shoot and they're running at you and you're like, oh, wait, time out. You know, I've got to take about a minute's break here while I reload. Yeah. So, but that's why a lot of them were also used as clubs. They invented things like bayonets for the end of them. Mid-1800s, huge thing comes along. They figured out how to combine your explosive material and your bullet all into one. They come up with a metallic cartridge. So then your little explosion, your fulminated mercury explosion that was in the percussion caps in the back, they figured out how to encapsulate that in the back of a metal cartridge. You fill the metal cartridge with powder, and then you seat a lead ball at the end of it there. It's all in one metallic cartridge. That's what most of these rifles and guns are here on the table. And so that was a huge improvement. Now weather's not a factor at all. I mean, you can drop your cartridge in the river, pull it out, put it back in your gun and fire it, you know, whereas even the percussion system was still a little susceptible to your powder getting wet and things like that and not exploding right. It was a huge improvement over the other systems, but it still wasn't foolproof. Now, I want to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is the collecting of antique firearms. The absolute most collected firearms from that time period are the Colt single action pistol and the lever action repeating Winchester rifles. That's what, you know, that's what every basic collector starts with, is either a Colt pistol or a lever action Winchester. There's a lot of specialties, you know, in and out, and advanced collectors get off on different tangents, but so the lever action repeating rifle, this started with a Henry model. Okay, the Henry came out about 1860. It was made by the New Haven Arms Company.
Comment on the Indian guns, I guess they call them, with the beads and all that. You run across many of those anymore?
Yeah, what I would say on that is anything that's marked Wells Fargo or tacked like an Indian gun, be very cautious.
A lot of fakes.
Those are so faked. 9 out of 10 of them you see are not right. the rule of thumb, if you see anything marked Wells Fargo, Confederate, or Indian, signed with tax and stuff like that, look real close. If you don't know, if you're not kind of an expert in it, talk to somebody who is, because especially like at a gun show situation, I'd say 99 out of 100 of those aren't right. The most noted expert on Colt single actions, he's written several books on them, is John Kopek from California. And he's a real authority on them. As a matter of fact, if you can get a letter from him on a gun stating that it is probably this or that, then your gun is worth a lot of money. If you want to get into collecting the antique firearms, you don't have to break the bank. We're throwing some big numbers out here right now, but you can find things in the $1,000 range, which are very collectible. And it's a good entry level point. But always go to somebody who will stand behind what they sell and knows what they're talking about. And if they get it wrong, I don't know everything there is to know about everything, but if I get it wrong, if I sell you that gun and you come back to me and say, hey, I called John Kopek on it and he said that this has been replaced in there and I didn't know it and didn't disclose it, I'll take it back. I don't want anything out there with my name on it that isn't right. I'll stand behind it. And go to somebody like that for sure, unless you're the expert yourself. Which it's not hard to become one. Just go buy a few thousand of them, and when you buy a bad one, that's the best education that I've ever got is buying the wrong stuff and paying a lot of money for something I thought was right that wasn't, and taking a hit on it. That gave me the quickest education.
Perfect, yes. 2. Almost done. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Good. There's 2. Yeah, lock it up. There, 3. Very good job. Let's do it. Yes, good. Very good. There you go. Yeah, perfect. Touch the top. All right, push it up away, slide down. There we go. Yeah. There we go, bud.